welcome back from lunch. I hope you had a lot of good stuff. My name is Mike Pell, and I'm from the future. You laugh, but it's true. I'm here to tell you what's about to happen and what you need to pay attention to so that together we can make sure that we do what we need to do to make the metaverse, XR, AI, and everything that we're working on today work for us, not against us. Sound good? You ready? All right, I have a lot to cover. I'm going to go super fast. So if you don't remember anything else about what I say for the next couple minutes, it's this. Everything has hidden aspects. When you see a robot, right, in a showroom, and you're wondering, wow, I wonder what that robot's doing. It's actually scanning everything around it, right? We don't see those waves, but they're happening. Just like Wi-Fi, sensors, everything. When you see somebody with a light stick, right, if you're at a rave or a party and someone's doing like this, there's trails, right? You don't see them because you have to be able to see it in slow motion to really appreciate it, but they're there. Gravity, right? So many things are invisible, but there. That is absolutely the key to what the metaverse is going to be great at doing for us, helping us to visualize, see, and understand our businesses and our organizations. So again, it's this combination. So Alvin talked about it, Amy talked about it, panels talked about it. It's the combination of AI and XR technologies that power all this. All right, so let's go. Why am I here? Well, a million years ago, I actually invented the font menu. I also invented Acrobat and PDF, hacked them together with some friends of mine at Adobe. I've been on the edge of innovation and technologies for a very long time. I've seen a lot of things. And one of the things I've seen is back in the middle of my career, the very beginning of the metaverse. This was the first metaverse, about 1995, 96, when VRML, right? We heard earlier, Dimitris was working on that too. This was the beginning of all of this. So over my career, I've always had a chance to sort of work on what's next. That's why I'd love to share with you what's about to happen. I've learned so much about the metaverse. I wrote 2 books about it, finishing up a 3rd one called Visualizing Business. That's what this talk is on today. So you can definitely read what I'm going to talk about in this book. What is the metaverse really? Alvin gave you his definition. Amy gave you her definition. This is going to be mine. The metaverse was always a bunch of stuff that we can't see without some kind of special optics. And then all of a sudden, people started bringing in all these acronyms, all these confusing technologies, all these things that you had to learn about. It created a lot of confusion. And so for me, I wanted to just take a minute to try to tell you what I think about these things. Metaverse, Web3, and NFTs. Metaverse is just the 3D web. We heard that earlier. Web3, I don't know, decentralized, that's good enough for me. And NFTs, they're just containers, right? They're just digital containers that have more capability than we've ever had. This is what we like to call a marketecture. That's the marketecture of the metaverse, right? We have a brand new layer that sits on top of everything called artificial intelligence. That orange bar wasn't there 5 months ago. The truth is it always was, but we didn't really talk about it this way. And now this is inescapable. This is what the metaverse looks like. Built on top of 3D, Web3, decentralized, and social, always. But the fact is, it's just the web. Cryptocurrency, sure. We have to have a better way to be able to monetize things. But the only thing you need to know is we haven't gotten to the most important part yet, which is microtransactions. Being able to spend less than €1 or $1 for something. When we do that, we unlock a lot of what's about to come next for the metaverse. So let's talk about the web. The web is really underlying everything that we do today. Those protocols, the technologies, the way that we interact with things is foundational. It's foundational. It is underlying the metaverse too, absolutely. Metaverse, you could think of as just a bunch of web pages sitting on top of an infrastructure. Kind of looks like this, right? If you think about it, over time, it evolved. For me, XR, you know all this, right? It's always been about these different areas. What it is not is that, okay? Yes, You can put on a suit, you can be fully immersed. We're not going there. The metaverse becomes real when it shows up in the places where we already are, in our phones, right? In our headsets or laptops, when we're dealing with things like mixed reality headsets. One of the things that you notice right away is the presence of objects. When you have some kind of special, like most of you have used VR or mixed reality or AR glasses, you know that there's a presence. There's something innately different about being able to see something digital in our worlds. But now, the way that the metaverse is really showing up and what you really need to pay attention to are not headsets. It's not glasses. It's this outer layer, right? This AI that's powering all of these other technologies. It sort of showed up in between AR and mixed reality, right? This new experience. And the way it's showing up, surprisingly, is in things like tablets and phones that actually are no glasses 3D viewing devices. But they've come to where we already are. As an industry, we have tried for so long to get people to go where we wanted them to go instead of where they already are. This is a huge lesson. Don't try to drag people to where they're not. Go to where they are. Try to help them there as much as you can. So how is XR evolving? Well, that's easy, right? Look at the orange ring. It's all about AI. We know what the web was good for, right? It was good for social and collaboration. We love doing that, right? Wow, does that look like Microsoft Teams? How did that get in there? We use the web every day to make money, right? We go to Amazon, we buy things, we sell things. Like this is what it's for, right? The web is like a great transactional thing. What we want to use the metaverse for are these things. Have we been successful? Well, certainly in gaming, right? Pretty clear. You can do some amazing things. Now, I'm going to disagree with Jay, who said that things like games are not the metaverse. According to me, they absolutely, positively are, because they do everything we've always wanted to do in the metaverse. I can talk to my friends. I can buy things. I can have an experience. I can form new friendships, have communities. Games are totally the metaverse. Hello? They're good for so many different things that I can't even start, But I used to work for a game company. I'm not a hardcore gamer, but I can tell you that everything that we've always been working for in the metaverse field is completely encompassed in online gaming, completely. So if you want to see what the future looks like, find some 12-year-old playing with Minecraft. What else is the metaverse good for? Well, it's good for this, right? Except now we've been talking about using avatars, right? Things that actually move. These are avatars that can be, I guess you would say, more expressive than normal. You can customize them, right? Like we talk about this a lot. This is nothing new. This is new. So remember I said you have to go to where people are. For the metaverse to truly be successful, we as an industry have to figure out, we've got to stop dragging you, we have to go to where you are. Well, guess what? You're already in Teams. You're already in Zoom, or whatever that thing's called. This is going to be a little icon that you click to go from the normal, the Brady Bunch view, right, to an immersive environment. But you're still in the same program, whether it's on your phone, on a tablet, on your laptop, doesn't matter. Same thing with this. We can do collaborative whiteboarding, design sessions, right? We can do all kinds of things in the thing that we're already in. I don't have to make you wear a headset to do this. It's where you already are. This is the future of the metaverse. It is not optics. As much as I love projection, it's not even that. Yes, Microsoft HoloLens is the only thing that can help you do something like this so you can see the real world, and still be completely immersed. Huge car chassis that's not there. I can see it, but I have to have special optics. Jay made an example earlier about air traffic controllers. There's no question that seeing this in spatialness, right, in dimensionality, is the better way to look at it. this is what the metaverse is for, except right now we have to use headsets. So the thing that I'm most interested in is making money. This is where the metaverse is going to come to shopping, right? You may say, well, that's just a dancing 3D jacket. Like, what does that have to do with the metaverse? It's made out of all the same stuff, right? It's the same technology, same protocols, same modeling, same shading, same lighting, same. That's the metaverse. I didn't have to go to a 3D version of Amazon to get this. It was right there, right in front of me the whole time. When we combine the metaverse and AI together, all kinds of new scenarios show up. Alvin talked about a lot of these, Amy talked about a lot of these. I'm going to talk about generated content. So same thing, I'm in Amazon. I want to generate something for my avatar. So I type in fiery dress, and what happens? Generative AI starts to go to work, and in a few seconds, I have some amazing dresses I can buy for my avatar. That fast, that simple. Is there any reason to not do this? No. Did I have to put on a headset and go into the metaverse to do this? No. It was right there in front of me. The reason I bring this up is that we've been talking a lot about the social aspects, right? We talked about community, collaborating, the role of avatars in all of this, which is super important. But when we get to metahumans, when we get to artificial intelligence powered agents that are interacting with us, that's different. It feels different. It feels a little creepy. We sort of still have that, like the problem with knowing that it's not real but wanting it to be. This is something we're going to have to deal with in everything we do from now on, is sort of weigh the options. Should we? Just because we can doesn't mean we should. And so it goes with data. How many of you have to do charts and graphs and reporting as part of your job? Probably a lot of you, right? How many of you like it? I don't know, some people, data scientists, some people really love numbers. They think it's great. Well, we used to use ledgers, right? Paper ledgers, and then spreadsheets came along. Completely revolutionized what happened with numbers. We've had charts and graphs, honestly, for over a century. We've used these in some form or another for a long time. We never changed them. Why? I don't know, because somebody decided that that was the way that it should be represented, and it stuck. But there's a better way. Colorizing these things and adding gradients and better typography is not the right thing. Makes it better, it's not the solution. Neither is taking an ordinary chart and sort of dressing it up. I don't know, it's kind of cool, right? Kind of. Did it do anything? I don't know, if you were a colored pencil company, yeah, I can see that. This is the other big mistake that we've always made. We thought, data visualization, metaverse, 3D, this is going to be great. We can put gigantic charts in 3D and we can walk around them. Don't ever do that. Don't ever let me catch you doing that. Just don't do it. Don't let your friends do it. It's a bad idea. What's the other thing we should do? Oh, we should flood your visor with data. No, don't do that either. Bad idea. What should we do? Oh, we should take all these numbers from the stock market and we should make this gigantic network graph that shows you exactly what's happening. No, don't ever do that. Why? Because you can't make sense out of it. Right? We've learned our lesson. We are smart enough to tell you what you need to know. So the whole point of data visualization is to help you understand the insights, help you understand the message behind things. And you say, well, but we can make it cooler and colorize it, and it'll be 3D, and it's so awesome. It's still not awesome. It's really not. But what is awesome is finding a new way to visualize business, which is this new book I'm working on. It's really looking at using AI and metaverse technologies and advanced data visualization to show you things in ways that you just haven't seen them before, but we know are the better way to do it. Let's talk about 4D. So for me, this is the key to everything. It's taking everything we know about the metaverse, 3D, and adding a different dimension to it, which is time. Time changes everything. So now, all of a sudden, we have 4D, which allows you to rewind through history and fast forward into the future. That is the future of data visualization, AI powered, so that we can not only examine what's happened, but see where we're going. So what does that look like? What does 4D actually look like in practice? Well, it kind of looks like this. This is an example where there's a person, which is the black silhouette that you see on the right, and a person who's not there, which is the avatar, the turquoise colored one on the left, interacting in real time. They're able to rewind back through some data to see what happened. They're able to look at a problem they're having on the factory floor with this robot that they're manufacturing that they keep having failures with, and they're able to forecast. They're able to rewind or sort of fast forward into the future just enough to look at the yield to see if they're actually going to be able to ship their product. Data will no longer be static. It's always been alive. It's always been in motion. Every business, every organization in the history of the planet has always been in motion. Yet, we keep drawing them as static charts and graphs. This is what data looks like. It's boggled me for 20 years why we haven't shown data in this way. Just knowing that everything is constantly moving, it's dynamic, it's chaotic, we can't keep showing it in a static form. It just doesn't work. This is what 4D looks like. This is what your charts and graphs are going to look like. It's never going to be the same. Because once you have access to this and you can actually see how things are moving, whether it's a market, whether it's your supply chain, your manufacturing, doesn't matter. You're never going to want to go back to something that's a static slice in time that doesn't really tell you the story. Even standing in your own data. Who's actually stood along their room scale data? Probably a few of you. It's life-changing. It's absolutely like nothing you've ever experienced because you recognize your data. You know what it stands for, and you can see it just as clearly as I can see this monitor or this podium. It's real, and I understand it. Same thing with information spaces. Imagine taking whatever it is you're working on and being completely immersed in it to the point where you recognize not only all the things that you should know, but a bunch of trends and insights you never knew were there. And you ask, wait, what about my productivity stuff? What about my creating new things? What about helping my team be more, I would say, active? It's going to look like this. And you may say, well, Mike, really? Yes. What this video is showing you is an immersive environment where information, data, and insights are all acting with you in a way that makes you feel like it's something that you can control and be part of. And yes, you can do this in your living room. Okay, so that was not a product announcement, but that is the future of productivity. We're able to interact with information that's now part of us, right? It's escaped from the black mirror, as Alvin was saying, right? It's out of the screen. It's around us. That's what the metaverse is great at. We were talking earlier about what do we do with all this technology? What feels natural? If you've actually done this, this feels supernatural to be able to get stuff out of the screen, out of your laptop, out of your monitors, and have you be able to work on it as if it was real. That's what's compelling. So what's next? Taking a bunch of our data, our information, and our insights and bringing them into the world. That's the kind of thing that you're going to see from now on. People are going to start doing data sculptures that are not just art. It's beautiful art, but it's very meaningful if you know what to look for. Stuff gets translated from being behind the screen to being part of our lives. We're able to visualize not only data, but our businesses, what's actually happening in real time in ways we never even thought about, but they were always right there in front of us the whole time. So for me, I think that really we have to sort of come back to what we talked about at the beginning, is that 4D, this addition of time to 3D is really what makes the difference. It's a huge game changer. I guarantee you, business will never be the same. So with that, I would remind you that you can pick up a copy of my book if you like. I'm happy to talk anytime. I always tell people this. Nobody ever talks to me. I don't know why. You can find me online really easily. Would love to keep the conversation going. If I have a few minutes, did I finish early? Can we take a few questions? What do you think? Just go ahead, go ahead. They're not paying attention. Just do it. Yes, just shout it out. Okay, wait, I'm not doing support calls.
Do my bio.
Okay, wait. So does everybody know that you can go to bing.com and use ChatGPT and image generators for free? Do you know that? Okay. Just saying.
So it was quite impressive, actually. Whereas ChatGPT's lingers at, September 2021. It doesn't know who I am.
Yeah.
But I went into Bing and it used the same function, asking for a 100-word bio, and it was good enough for me not even to have to edit.
Right.
I could have literally just submitted it to this conference, and it would have been good and truthful. So can you talk on that a little bit about how Bing has integrated AI into the browser?
Yeah, so for the people who haven't been paying close attention to what Microsoft has been doing with AI, is the company has found ways to integrate it across the entire product line. So yes, we started with Bing. So we have something called Bing AI. Just go to bing.com. You can use ChatGPT, image generators, a bunch of other tools. They're just sort of built into search now. Sort of a different take on search, but pretty enjoyable. We are also integrating something called Microsoft Copilots, which are AI-powered agents that help you with your spreadsheets, your PowerPoint decks, your Teams meetings, right? Summarizing a meeting that's in progress, helping you to understand what happened in the meeting as if it was a person. And finally, we are doing things with code generation. We also have a security copilot. So we're actually looking at ways that AI can be integrated into all the things that you already do in meaningful ways. So thank you for the question.
So can I ask one more question?
Sure.
So is it live? Like whereas ChatGPT is turned off, is Bing live connected to the full internet?
So I'm going to answer no, but with a caveat. There's extensions now, right? There's the ability to extend these things to pull in live internet information. I'm not sure that Bing has turned that on at the moment, but I've seen lots of other examples, of people posting on social media, of people using web plugins to extend ChatGPT to be able to pull in real-time information from the web. So someday, yes, that'll happen, I'm sure.
Thanks.
Do we have time for one more? Okay, I saw a hand up here.
Okay, I'm asking about Neuroverse. I wonder if you could say a few things
Sure.
about it. Thank you.
Thank you for bringing that up. So I coined the term, I think, the neuroverse. The neuroverse is what I call a substrate. A substrate is a layer that sits under something else. The neuroverse, the way that I've thought about it, is a collection of all the sensor data from whether it's your camera, your microphone, your watch, your ring, anything that can sense, to sort of feed into this collective. So if I had access to the neuroverse and you opted in and said, it's okay for you to get my sentiment by using my camera, by monitoring my microphone, by taking information off my watch, I could, on my monitor right here, I could see how all of you were feeling. Did you like what I just talked about? Are you all irritated? It would be super clear because we could visualize emotion. The neuroverse, I think, is meant to power other things, like power collaboration experiences, power the web, power the metaverse. So it's a layer of feelings and emotions that need to be interpreted, but it's from sensor data. That's where it comes from. Absolutely. The question was, can we do such a project? Absolutely. I mean, people are already doing it, but not on a huge scale. Yeah, thank you for the question. How are we doing on time? Should I just stay here? Should I get a coffee and come back? Yes. Oh, yes. Isn't this great, Amy? I could just stay here all day.
Some years ago, I had the privilege to wear HoloLens 2, and
Okay.
I was very impressed. Small field of view, but very
Yeah.
impressed.
Yeah.
You said you came from the future, so I wanted to ask you, is there a HoloLens 3 or HoloLens 4 coming? Because I haven't heard anything.
I think that, so the question was about Microsoft HoloLens, and this will be my last thing, I'll get off and we can get going. Microsoft has released a statement saying that the Microsoft HoloLens is basically, still working, and we're still supporting it. There's been no mention of a new version. So you can take that for what you want. We all know that technology keeps marching forward. So all the things that we and other companies have learned about mixed reality will be turned into the next thing, which I believe is going to actually not be in devices on your face necessarily, but will be projection and other devices that help you to see those things. But we'll see. AI is powering the metaverse. Everything's going to come back together in a way that we've never done before. So thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it, and we'll see you soon.